Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you two different methods to design your own fabric in Clo 3D. So let's dive right in. For the first method, I will be creating a design completely from scratch. Since Easter is approaching, I've decided to make a fun print featuring adorable Easter bunny faces and Easter eggs. To start, first I need to prepare the elements. Here I'm using Adobe Illustrator to draw the bunny face and Easter egg. After doing some online research, I've gathered inspiration and have a clear vision for how I wanted the bunny face to look. In Illustrator Workspace, I have set up a 2" by 2" canvas for the graphic size, and I will begin by drawing the bunny using the pen tool. Now that the first bunny face is complete, I will export the graphic as PNG file with transparent background. To add more variety and make the print more dynamic, I am going to create a few variations of the bunny design. Now I have finished all 4 bunny face designs, I can move on to drawing the Easter egg. For this design, I will add details like pastel-colored bows and a diagonal check pattern. The reason I need to apply the pattern to the graphic first is that, in Clo 3D, once you upload the graphic to the texture editor, you can only change the colors of the graphic and won't be able to apply any additional prints. Okay, now I have all the graphics done, it's time to bring them back to Clo 3D. In the 3D window, I have uploaded the kid's avatar Oliver, as I am designing this Easter print for children's wear. First step, go to Fabric folder in Library and select a base fabric. For this demonstration, I have chosen knit terry fabric. Create a rectangle shape with the base fabric. Place it above the avatar. Next, I will use internal line to create a cutout circle and drape this fabric on the avatar. This allows me to gauge how the graphic size compares to the avatar's bodice. If you zoom in on the 3D window, you can clearly see the detailed texture of the material. Once the fabric is draped, go to Object Browser and select the Knit Terry fabric, then go down to Property Editor. In the latest Clo 3D version, the texture editor icon is no longer existed. To access the texture editor, click the three-dot icon under the base color map. This will open the texture editor window. If you have watched my tutorial of how to create realistic fabric texture in Clo 3D, you might already be familiar with this process. For new viewers, here's how it's done. When you open the texture editor, the window is divided into two sections. In the upper section is the fabric canvas window. The yellow grid divides the canvas into squares, and each square represents a fabric repeat. The grid size will change depending on the imported base fabric. At the top of the window, you will see the grid size and PPI, which stands for pixels per inch. 300 PPI is recommended for better texture quality. Personally, I prefer using inches for the grid size. Since I'll be working with multiple graphics for this design, I will enlarge the square size. After enlarging the square, the original texture fabric stayed the same, which caused the texture to not fill the space. To fix the issue, you can use the texture wheel to adjust it. However, this will also scale up the texture, which may not be ideal. To avoid this, turn on Tile function from the lower window section, and it will fill up the square automatically. Currently, the base fabric is in a cream color. To change to a white background, simply just turn on Desaturation function. Now, I'll start uploading the Easter Bunny graphics. Click Add on the lower left side of the texture editor window to import the file. Each new print will be placed at the top layer. If I move the graphic below the base fabric, the graphic will disappear because it has been placed under the fabric. When the graphic is selected, you can move around within the square. Adjust the graphic size using Edit Texture Wheel. For this bunny face, I plan to place it on the edge or the corner of the square. Part of the graphic is cropped. To solve this problem, you can turn on Extend to Other Side. This function is very useful, especially when making seamless repeat pattern. If you enable the Tile function, it will fill the entire space with graphic repeats. Now I will import all the bunny graphics so that I can start arranging their placements. After bringing in all the bunny faces, the pattern looked a bit crowded. I will increase the square length and adjust their spacing. Check the 3D window while arranging the graphics to ensure everything looks balanced. Once I was satisfied with the placement, the next function I like to use is Blend. There are various blending options you can choose, such as Normal, Multiply, Overlay. Play with it and you might end up with something really interesting. I actually really like the option difference in Blend that resulted with a black bunny design. However, it doesn't quite fit the Easter theme. Maybe I will save it for future project. After trying out all the options, I chose Normal for this design. The final step is choosing a new base fabric color. By the way, I have mentioned earlier that you can modify the graphics color while in Texture Editor. There are two options. First is use Color function to change the entire graphic to a single color. If you like to change individual colors from the graphic, Color Switch function will be the answer. turn on the function, choose how many colors you like to pick from the graphic. Then select the color and switch to a new one. Okay, once everything is finalized, just click Apply and Close. The print will show up in the object browser and can now be applied to your garment. To save this print, go to Property Editor. Under Fabric, click the Save Fabric icon to store the file. I have made a kid's hoodie to showcase this bunny print. If you zoom in closer to see the garment in 3D and render window, when adding graphic through Texture Editor, you can still see the fabric texture visible through the print. However, if you add the graphic using the graphic tool in 2D window, it will appear more like a patch placed on top of the fabric. Both methods are great, depending on the look you want for your design. Here is the final result. You probably wonder why I didn't add the Easter eggs graphics. In fact, I have tried out many versions but was not satisfied with the results. I decided to create a separate design for the print. Here I have imported the Easter egg graphics. Following the steps I demonstrated earlier, I will arrange and space the graphics on the canvas. If you like to duplicate a graphic, click on Copy, and a new layer will be generated on top of the original graphic. Here is the render result with this print on the garment. Both Easter print fabrics are available for free download. Click the link in the description to access them. Moving on to the second method, AI-generated prints. If you're not familiar with illustration software or feel like sketching isn't your strength, don't worry, AI tools can be a game changer. Clo-3D introduced the AI texture generator a year ago. While it's a fantastic feature, I'll be honest, I haven't used it much. Why? Because I often find it challenging to create prints that align with my vision using this tool. But let's give it another shot. I'll type in a prompt to generate an Easter-themed fabric and see what happens. Well, the prints came out all right. Not what I was looking for. If you've had success with Clo-3D AI texture generator, I'd love to hear your tips. Feel free to share your experiences and suggestions in the comments. In addition to Clo-3D AI tool, there are many free AI options out there. The first one I like to mention is ChatGPT. It's best known for text generation, and I recently discovered that it can also create images. Although you can only generate like 2 images daily with the free version, sometimes the results are really interesting and worth exploring. In one of my previous tutorials, I introduced using Krea AI, a free tool for enhancing your rendered images. This software also lets you generate AI images but with daily limit in its free version. It's fairly simple to use by typing the description to create the print like many other AI softwares. It's another great option of experimenting with new designs. My personal favorite free AI site is Leonardo AI. Signing up is free, and you get 150 tokens every 24 hours, which is more generous than many other platforms. Once logged in, head over to the image creation section to start designing. So, go to top window. As usual, you will need to enter the prompt. If you're new to AI tools and unsure how to write a prompt, don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. First of all, a prompt is simply a set of instructions you give to the AI to generate a specific response or image. If you're stuck, you can ask ChatGPT to create a prompt for you. Just type your request, copy the result, and paste it into Leonardo AI. In the top left window, choose a style option for your image. With 150 tokens, you can easily test 4 to 5 different styles. With the free version, each time you generate images, the system will automatically create 4 variations, and you'll see how many tokens it costs for each style. While the free version has limitations, there's plenty here for beginners to experiment with and get creative. Once your images are ready, browse through the variations, download the ones you like. I have picked a couple prints and imported them back to Clo-3D to see how it looks on the garments. A lot of time the prints you generate might not be perfect seamless, but that's okay. Here's how you can create your own seamless pattern. Pick elements from the generated images that you like. For example, I selected a bunny face and an Easter egg from one print. Use Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop to crop the elements and save them as PNG files with transparent backgrounds. Import these graphics into Clo-3D texture editor and arrange them into a seamless pattern, just like I demonstrated earlier in this tutorial. I downloaded an oversized shirt from the Clo-Connect website and applied this AI-generated print. here is the render result. That's it for this tutorial. I hope you found this video helpful and that it sparks your creativity. Whether you're designing prints from scratch or experimenting with these free AI tools to bring your projects to life. From crafting unique prints to designing seamless patterns, the creative possibilities are limitless. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. Thank you so much for watching and happy designing!